with Mike Griffith and then Anthony Dasher.
Yeah, Coach. Can you just talk about that rebounding advantage, 48-40? What was the key?
I think making contact. We have to be a team rebounding, gang rebounding team. Our guards have to rebound, especially when our bigger guys are hitting around the bucket. The guards have to slide in and get boards, but we have to be first. I mean, we know that we're not going to be in any. I mean, there were very few non-league games that we were bigger than the teams we played. So we're just not, and so we're not right now. We have got to be quick. We've got to hit first. We've got to get inside position, and we've got to be on the offensive glass consistently. And I thought tonight our alertness, our awareness, our first step into people. We had good contact, and you have to do that because if you are second on contact going against these guys with that kind of length and quickness, you're going to be at a disadvantage. But I thought one of the keys too is that we didn't try. They only blocked 7 shots, which we didn't try to drive very often and try to make plays that weren't there. We made the next pass, which was the biggest key offensively, was trust the next pass. Whatever it is, just trust it, when we get around the rim. And then we created drop-offs with that and those type of things. So that put us in rebounding position too. But it's really about being quick, being active, being aware, and then doing our best to get it with 2 hands.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Also, a lot of positives to talk about with the win, victory, and all that. But to you personally, what was the most impressive part about your team's play tonight, and how you were able to pull out this win?
They believed they were going to win. I think that sounds maybe cliche-ish, but they came in believing that they would win. I mean, we were very focused. We had very good energy, and they were very locked in. And I think it showed in the way we played. It was as detailed of a game as we have played with what we wanted to do in coverage, what we wanted to do with Sharif Cooper. And they played well. I mean, they got to the rim. I mean, he draws fouls. We made some mistakes. It wasn't a perfect game by any stretch of the imagination. But we believed we were going to win, and then we followed through to make that belief happen by executing the game plan in a very good way. And with that being said, a lot of things become the product of that. Ball movement, which creates back cuts. Ball movement, which creates open threes. Ball movement attacking, which creates free throws. Getting back in transition, which doesn't allow them to get their lob game going and things like that. So the energy mixed with the belief was really good. I'm proud of that.
Okay, let's have Ryan Curley and then Griffin Callahan.
Hey, Coach. The team just looks a lot more energized the last couple of games, and I think that you mentioned that was about confidence and belief. If you could just kind of dive into that a little bit more, that'd be great.
I don't understand. Dive into what?
Do you think that the confidence and belief is what's helping your team out there on the court the last couple of games?
Well, I think, at any point in time it is. But they've got good energy, and they're executing, and they're pretty fresh. We're very smart and locked into what we want to do in practice. I'm very conscious of the fact that it's February, and they used to be called the dog days of February. Well, those really begin right now by January 10th. And then in a COVID year like this, they might have even started earlier because of how hard it is for everybody. I mean, there's no question when you're making some shots early, it helps you. It helps your confidence. But we're very, very conscious of making sure that we're getting our preparation done, getting our work done, not overdoing it. I think one thing we see right now, we end practice, the majority of the guys are staying in the gym to shoot, which is a good sign in the sense that you're not over practicing or over training. And I give credit to all my coaches and to Sean Hayes and Lance Schumann for that. My job is to set the tempo and create the atmosphere and create the plan, but everybody else has got to keep carrying it out. And we've got a full team effort going through on that. So I think but the players are the ones that are generating the belief. They're the ones that are generating the synergy and the chemistry and the camaraderie. And I thought our talk was really good in the game tonight. Our bench energy was very good. Guys were locked in, ready to play. And again, the whole key is don't allow distractions to get in their way and control what you can control. And as teams grow up and learn, they learn there's more and more things they can control. And the smart ones figure out not to worry about the things that they can't. And that's what we've got to continue to build. I don't mean smart in smart and just like maturity. It just takes some time to learn that. And we've got to continue to do that.
Hey, Coach. Did that run at the beginning of the game where Ty scored 7 points in under 2 minutes, did that kind of help jumpstart your offense?
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think these guys are – I don't know if our bench has been any louder all year than when P.J. Horn dunked that ball in the second half, right? And I say that because that's a huge – bench energy and camaraderie is so big, and it's never been more important in college sports, pro sports history, probably, because there's so few people at the games, right? You don't have a home crowd to get you through those things. So you have got to be able to do that as a team. And I thought these guys, they were so happy for him, and it definitely created energy on the court. And when one player's playing well like that and you got guys locked in, I think it builds the confidence for everybody. So you're exactly right.
Okay, let's have Chip Towers and then Mark Weiser.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious of your thoughts on Severe Wheeler tonight. Obviously, they were talking about it a lot on TV as a great matchup, those 2 point guards, and it seemed like he played really, really well. The box score may not show it. Can you just kind of handicap his game?
Yeah, sure. We don't win without him. I thought of all the guys, and again, this is, like I said to these guys, this is how we're built. We had 6 guys in double figures, and Andrew Garcia had 9. That's how we're built. We don't have that one guy that's carrying your scoring every night, but you do have to have somebody that's setting the table every night, and Severe does that. And I thought of all the guys in the game, and we had guys have some really good games. Severe got better from start to finish. He played even much faster in the second half. We got him even higher on the floor, which is what I wanted. We got him more in the middle of the floor, which was what our attempt was. He attacked. He didn't let misses or mistakes carry past or carry into the next play. He got over it, and which is so key for any young player, but especially for a guy like Severe who's got such a role. But again, it wasn't about an individual matchup. He set the table on Sharif Cooper with how we were going to guard him, but at the same time, we had other guys guard him. Michael Starks and Jackson Etter. They followed the game plan. But Severe is the one that got it going, and Severe did an awful lot for us to win the game at the end, especially with his inbound plays.
Is he okay? By the way, I noticed he had it looked like he sprained his back or something.
Yeah, I'll check on that. He was able to finish the game. He takes some hits.
Yeah,
definitely takes some hits, but he's a very tough, durable young guy, and very proud of him.
Tom, you guys were obviously very effective against Cooper, particularly in the first half. And you mentioned Ed, or what was kind of the game plan this time around to kind of limit him?
Bring more pressure to him throughout the game, right? Try to bring fatigue to the game. He draws 9.6 fouls a game, so it's not about getting up into him and bulldogging him, because he's very, very adept at drawing fouls. Very adept. He's very good at driving into your body, selling it to the referee. He's very good at it. So you got to be smart. And there were a couple of times that we got a little too overzealous with him, but for the most part, it was about putting different people on him, bringing pressure, because we have tremendous respect for how he plays. And he's an outstanding guard, outstanding. His vision is incredible, and very willing passer. But we had a couple other things that were in the game plan, but we didn't have to go to them. But the bottom line was to bring pressure, to be aggressive in the ball screen defense.
All right, and last question. Let's go with Davis Baker.
Hey, Coach. Ty Fagan led the team in points tonight. I was just wondering, how much better does he make this team when he brings his A game?
How many did he have? I didn't even realize that. I just knew we had the double figures. How many did he have?
He had 16.
Okay. So we had 6 guys, and the high score was 16. That's good. I knew we had 6 in doubles. But when he's playing like that and he's locked in, and there was a challenge in him, because maybe his worst game of the year was the first time we played Auburn. And I reminded him of that a few times, but at the same time, I stick with him because I believe in him. His teammates believe in him, and I know he's capable. And I made a point today in a meeting, situation basketball, in football, you hear about situation football a lot, or you hear about complementary football a lot. Well, in basketball, it's the same thing. There's so many situations that come up in a game. There's so many different things. And the more well-versed you are, the more versatile you are to handle those situations, whether it's how he gets in the middle of the zone, how he seals the middle of a 1-3-1, like with Ole Miss. And I know Mark asked that. We talked about that the other day. with the defense. But the more roles you can fill in a game, okay, the more value you bring your team, the easier you make the game for everybody else. And ultimately, you become the benefactor because your confidence grows. And I think that's what's happening for him. And he can do a lot of different things. I didn't like the step back three because I'm not into teaching step back threes. But other than that, he did a really, really good job inside of the game. And the rebounding was big. You know, all those things really played into it. But it was such a team win. And it's such a team victory. And we had really good contributions off the bench. Ty McMillan in his minutes, certainly Andrew and KD, they're like starters to me. It's like we have 7 starters. Michael Starks did a fantastic job. Jackson Eder did a fantastic job. I don't think Chris Brown is that healthy yet. I don't think he feels he's that healthy yet. You know, so hopefully his time's coming with that. But everybody that went into the game contributed to the game. So it was, and that's the only way we're really going to be able to pull things off on the road is to have those kind of contributions from numerous guys. And Ty Fagan's a big part of that.
Okay, and we have one more follow-up question from Mike Griffith.
Yeah, Coach. This is 2 out of the last 4 you've beaten Bruce Pearl. He's obviously a really good coach. What's the key to beating his teams? What are you able to do? Able to solve?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're really talented. He's an excellent coach. I think you have to have a game plan and you have to be able to execute it. And you've got to understand you're going to have to be physical in the game because they're going to be extremely long and athletic. And the way their team plays is it's so different now with Sharif Cooper in there. So you have to really, there's as good as the rest of them are, and they're very good. They're very talented and they get better. You have got to start the game plan with him because of the way he impacts the game. The last 5 games, he was averaging 19 points a game. 7 of those were coming from the foul line, not as much from the 3-point line. He's averaging 9.6 fouls drawn a game inside of this league. I mean, you've got to start your game plan there. Well, last year it was different guys. So I just think it's getting your team, no matter who it is, no matter it's Auburn or who it is, just do a really good job of trying to get your team to understand what the game plan's got to be and stay as true to it as you can and have guys that are flexible and adjust as the game goes on. And that's my job as a coach is to see where the adjustments have to be made and to try to help them be as good as they can be inside of the game and inside of practice to get to that place. And we're fortunate to win.
Okay, thanks so much, Coach.
Thank you.